Good evening, and welcome to Letters from the Light Side on the 25th of March 2021. Sorry, I'm already puzzled about what date we're on. I cannot believe that we're almost at the end of March, um, and we've done a quarter of the year, a quarter of 2021 already. It's flying by, uh, amazingly so. Anyway, good evening, everybody, and this is my live stream with channeled information from the guides and inspirers who are working with us at the moment and who want to encourage us to do well with the energies that are available to us in the coming week or so. I'm laughing because Rafe's here, but he's sort of going, no, go on, go on, go on. Because this evening I'm working with one of the Earth's archangels, a wonderful archangel called Sarachel. She is a guardian angel who helps us with our rebirth. She's the archangel who represents the spring, and I'm smiling because she's been with me all day, and we've been wandering around with me with my camera, clicking, 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 hundreds of photographs, and then she got me out doing a little bit of gardening this afternoon, and more photographs of all the new flowers that are popping up. So a lovely, vibrant, sunshine energy, and also I'm in my sort of goldy yellow here. Just one of her colours to help me to connect in with the lift in energy. Hopefully by now, in this last week, all those turbulent dreams will have died back a little bit. You might have been able to get a little bit of sleep, refreshing sleep, in fact sleep like you've never slept before for a few nights, but still the odd tail end of a restless dream. The energy of clearing's been going on. We are getting ready to start our opening up to the sunshine, opening up to the new beginnings. And so we've just got to get rid of all those last little sticky bits that need to go, that we don't need to carry on our journey this year. You might have also, in that releasing, you might have also found yourself feeling a bit heavy. We've had a big anniversary, really. The anniversary of COVID becoming a pandemic and really starting to hit this time last year, just as we were coming into spring and getting hopeful, and having to face restrictions and kind of feeling like sometimes it feels like it's been forever, and that's quite normal with anything that is stressful. There comes a point where it's almost like, no, I can't take this anymore, I can't do this anymore, and this sense of I'm so weary, I'm weary of everything. Now, Sarah Shell's aware of our weariness and that we need a bit of a lift, which is why she's been trying to bring in this beautiful spring-like feel, this rise of the sap, really, rise of excitement, rise in the sense of wait a minute, there's new beginnings on the horizon, there's new things cropping up. And so particularly Monday, Tuesday in the last week, when it felt so heavy, the best thing you can ever do when it feels heavy is kind of go into a hibernation mode and just go, right, I've got to protect myself, I've got to love myself, just got to, if it means doing nothing for 2 days, I've just got to do nothing. I'm laughing because I definitely wasn't doing nothing, but it felt like an extra effort to just get me the oomph to kind of get there. However, it was a dip that they said was coming. We've got through it. That's the important thing. One of the things she showed me today was a beautiful paving slab that was cut out with about being a rock, and that strength that we have in us. And I think sometimes when we're in the darkest, deepest winter, and it's cold and it's miserable and we're restricted, we forget what strength we've got. So she was just made me notice it. I must have walked past this particular paving slab many times, never noticed it, but today she stopped me. She sat me down, and as I looked across, woof, there it was in front of me, and she was reminding me that we have got that inner strength, and we do continue, and humanity continues. That's what's marvellous. We just keep going. Whatever kind of threatens us, somehow we keep going. I don't know if we're a plague on the planet, but we just keep going. So she was bringing this brightness in. She was asking me to look at the sky. The clouds were fabulous. It was sort of a sunny day but cloudy, and the cloud patterns were just amazing. And she was saying, look at that blue sky, look at the cloud, look at all the wonderful things. There was a little crow came hopping across when I was sitting having my lunch, just dancing in front of me, just really cute. It was so funny. Just this whole set. Oh, magpies. I had a lot of magpies, so I felt the goddess energy as well. I felt connected to that beautiful, creative, divine feminine, and that's the energy for the coming week. This beautiful flow of creative, inspirational light bulb moments, and this sense of collaboration. Whatever you do, try and make a chance to bounce your ideas off somebody in the next week. Just bounce them around. It doesn't. They don't have to be perfect. Nothing has to come out perfect. You don't have to have all the answers, but just bounce around what ideas are coming in your mind. Get a little notebook and jot them down, and just keep on track, because there's this beautiful flow of energy. This I want to say the next week is destiny meets synchronicity. There's a title for a programme, if ever there was one. You know, what we've been planning for ourselves as a spirit within the human body, what we've been planning for the last, our lifetimes, is coming into being. And all those plans we made as spirit about how we would increase that flow of abundance, that flow of love, it's all happening. And the connections are being made over the. In fact, Sarah Shell's energy is going to run for another 3 weeks. So over the next 3 weeks, just watch for the unexpected, the random chance that's not random, and recognise that it's part of. It's part of what you asked for. It's part of what you planned. It doesn't mean you haven't got free will. You can always refuse things. But right now, it's not about refusing anything. It's just about letting the ideas, the creativity percolate through, and working with others to bounce those into being. I do want to say, because she's a very powerful energy about unity, about reminding us that we are in unity with our planet. We're in unity with the animal kingdom, but we are diverse. That's what excites Sarah Shell. The fact that there is so much. I was digging the garden, and the little worms were popping up here, there and everywhere, because I was doing a bit of deep digging, and I kept covering them up and saying, oh, you know, don't come out, don't get disturbed. But I have to, I'm sorry, I have to sort of turn this plot over. But it's the diversity. And then there was a bumblebee, beautiful bumblebee on the willow tree, just having a look round. I thought it might be a bit early, but no, the bees are out. And it's that sense of being in it all. That's what's fabulous with Sarah Shell, being in and being of and being a wholeness with all of creation. Use that sense of diversity and honour the differences. It would be a really, really, really boring world if we were all exactly the same. It really would. It would be like a factory production line. There would be nothing of interest. So the fact that we are different, that's why bouncing that creativity with other people can just throw something for you, that a comment or a viewpoint, and it can spark even more. I have a couple of people I do that with regularly, and they're brilliant at just pointing it in a different way, and I'm going, oh yes, and taking it forward and dragging more out of me. When I'm wobbly about creating, they're really, oh yeah, come on. So in fact, I have more than a couple. I'm just thinking about the people who help me with my art, the people who help me with my mediumship and my channeling, the people who are my sounding board for me being me. It helps, it really helps. So I do want you to be aware those people are there in your life. And I do encourage you, it's not competitive to share and to create together. There's this beautiful flow of synchronicity when we are inspired and we go, yeah, let's do that, let's make that happen. And really, when destiny meets synchronicity, anything can happen. That's what's so exciting. We can increase the abundance. What's leading Sarah Shell in this is our sense of purpose. If we don't have a sense of purpose, and I say this from a counselling background, there is a bit of us missing. It's like the spirit's not connected to the conscious mind. There isn't a sense of anything driving us to enjoy life. If there's no purpose, it becomes a very bleak kind of existence. And very much what I've been feeling in the last week in terms of I'm restricted, lockdown, even though I've had a wonderful creative time and I've done things and I've actually rested, which is something I don't do very often, it still feels rather bleak at times. And yet, when we've got a purpose, like today was about go out and take some pictures. You haven't had your camera out properly for a while, and just having that joy in being alive. And I saw a shop with the name Joy, and I was photographing it because it really struck me. What I was doing was joyful. And Sarah Shell makes me realise and recognise that that's the true prosperity. Money is an exchange that we have. Absolutely. I'm not saying we throw away the money side of things, but it's only an energy. It's a little bit of an energy. It's not as vibrant and beautiful and joyful as love. And our true prosperity, we're being called to recognise the true prosperity that we have, the wonder of love. When we have love in our hearts, how it lifts our sense of purpose and it lifts our ability to create. When we're flowing with that beautiful loving energy, do we need anything else? I wandered here, there and everywhere, and it was just amazing to find little hidden bits and pieces and look at the stop and look at the architecture. It's a busy city, and and it's quiet at the moment. So I was going round with this beautiful, with Sarah Shell's eyes. She would say, look at that, and look at that, and have you noticed that, and have you seen this? And wall with this big crack down it, and I was fascinated by how the mortar had cracked and why it cracked that way and not in a different way, and we have the time to do that if we choose, if we accept that prosperity is about seeing the diversity, seeing the love that's there, and just enjoying it. So this beautiful archangel will happily bring that sense of spring and excitement into your life. She's delighted to be here tonight. She doesn't put in an appearance very often, I have to say. She's often about her business. She's just laughing at me and saying, I'm very busy. Because she is very busy. She's creating the energy vibrations for everything to seed and grow and thrive, and the energy vibrations for the time when things have to be finished and ended. I've been digging up old plants that have done, they're dead, and digging up roots and bushes and things, and part of this is her understanding and bringing to us the cycle of life that we go through, that we have this sort of fallow period at that winter when nothing seems to be moving or growing, and yet it's all there just waiting to burst into life again. I was looking at all the daffodils. Oh, she loves daffodils because of course they're yellow. But I was looking at all the bank of daffodils everywhere as I was wandering round today, and just that perkiness, that little bit of joy. So in the coming week, the energies still, have to say, still turbulent, because we're still sorting ourselves out. As a human race, we're still trying to grapple with the fact that we're more divided than we are unified, that we are more, we pick divisions and we look at divided things. It's a them and us still, yet we're all human. Take away the skin, take away the outer covering, and we're all human. We all have lungs, and we all breathe, and we have a blood flow, and we're all hoping to thrive and survive and find joy. So she knows we're still dealing with the turbulence of not recognising our unity, of not celebrating the diversity and making sure that we see how diverse we are inside. Inside us there are so many different aspects of ourselves, so many new things to discover, things that we didn't even know we weren't even sure we could do. Sorry, I'm laughing because Rafe's just he's laughing because my progress into mediumship was, I don't think I can do this. Oh, don't ask me to do this. And they had to encourage me to do it. And then I found out that actually there's an Annie who's a medium. Who would have thought it? And I think it surprised a lot of my friends. Miss Logical Mind, Miss Skeptic, was suddenly, oh, she's a medium. So inside us there's all this wonderful, joyful ability that we haven't even tapped into yet. So understand that there will be some turbulence, particularly on Tuesday and Thursday, 2 days where arguments might happen, being at cross purposes, not sharing the same viewpoint. Honour the diversity of viewpoint. It doesn't have to be anybody else's truth. We don't all think alike, and we don't all agree, and it's okay to hold with what is right for you and hold what someone else thinks is right for them. It doesn't mean we're any less human, because so many times inside we're split. We argue with ourselves inside before we decide what we're going to do and how we're going to live and what choices we're going to make. So Tuesday and Thursday, just if you're in an argument with yourself, just call time on it or get a referee in. Sound your views to someone else and let them help you to make sense of why that disagreement with yourself is there and what it's helping you to understand about yourself, where your human journey is at right now. There's also a very beautiful Thursday evening into Friday during the day to about 4 o'clock next week, Friday. There's this beautiful, beautiful aspect of abundance, a real flow of creation, creative energy. The other Earth's archangels, and there are 12 of them all together, are working hard with humanity to encourage us to find solutions, find inventive, unusual, different solutions, and to bring these into being by talking about them, by voicing them, by sharing. So there's this beautiful flow, and I want to say it feels, from what she's giving me, like a huge sense of click. Yeah, we're not all different, we're all the same. So this wonderful energy that pulls us together, not because of adversity or that we have to, but because we choose to. A sense of everyone, nearly everyone, she says I can't win them all, nearly everyone, just recognising something about sharing and being human that matters. So take the opportunity while that beautiful energy is running of joining with others and maybe send out positive thoughts as a group. One of the things that is fabulous is the more that you group together and send an intention that's the group intention, the more it boosts and builds the energy. And it really is phenomenal. If you focus, say in a healing group, if you focus healing on a specific thing that everybody focuses on, or in a manifesting group or a meditating group, you might meditate for peace, or you might meditate to bring relief to a certain area. And I know there's lots and lots of good work that goes on with that across the world, different groups sending out these positive energy flows, boosting the energy flows, and they're doing a phenomenal job because they've set aside their differences. Sarah Shell says they've set aside different demands, different competing ideas, and they've grouped together to be the inspiration with one intention. So use that energy at the back end of next week to do that. And don't forget, it's okay to ask for yourself. She says ask, please ask. It's important to her that she can assist as many of us as possible. And hey, she's an archangel, so if she asks for it, I'm sure she'll get it. Because they can manifest really quickly, much better than us. So remember that she's there. Remember that it's okay to have those little slumps. Ask her to come in and boost you through, and then start to plant and grow and create and shape, and to find the purpose, because of the way in which it will bring you the true sense of prosperity, the growth of love in your life. Thank you everyone for listening. It's always wonderful to be able to do this. I'm very privileged to have been able to channel the way that my guides have helped me to. And I'm very privileged that you pop in, you watch, you comment, you share, you like. It's amazing. I really do thank you for taking a little chunk of half an hour to listen to what the guides and inspirers say. Of course, I'll be back next week. And as I said at the beginning, I can't believe that it is going to be April. Really can't believe where that's come from, but it's going to be lovely. Take care, everyone, and have a good and abundant, loving, inspired week. Thank you.